Well, hello, afternoon, and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike here with Alex, coming to you guys once again from Green Dragon CVR. Talk to you about
video games.
Yes, that's right. Always something new to talk about, and today, boy, there's something new. All right.
Fuck, there is. We got, if you're watching on YouTube, we're putting up some Dark Souls 3 footage because we're in total Souls mode. And aside from what we're going to talk about today, we're like pretty much in fucking Elden Ring anticipation. We're going to be kicking off probably fucking all the Souls game.
Yeah,
playing all
just
that
pure
shit.
Souls.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of Valheim too on my part, but...
Granted, what the fuck we woke up to this morning is, I guess, substantial reason enough to put that aside for now and talk about...
Yeah, I guess we can come back to Souls a little bit maybe by the end of the video, but fuck, we probably should address make an episode today. We thought about the fact that Microsoft was... they bought Activision.
Yeah, so Microsoft bought Activision
the OG
Blizzard.
third-party publisher.
Holy shit.
And all of the fucking franchises that it owns, including Crash and Spyro, which we thought was pretty funny. They're
that is
originally
bizarre.
Sony properties. So,
yeah,
it was curious, but not totally illogical development. You know, they do make games that suit Microsoft's business model, that's for sure, which is something we're going to talk about a little bit today. But yeah, how do you feel about this, man?
Fuck, I don't know, man. It's weird because it just sprung up out of nowhere. Like when they bought out Bethesda and ZeniMax, and there was rumored for a while, and you could think about it, whatever. But it just hit, like, and I was like, wow, okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel good about it because I think it's terrible that any company, whether it be Microsoft, Sony, whoever the fuck, just, you know, monopolizing and buying up studios is awful. Like, that can't be good. There's no way that's going to benefit anybody. I don't know, in my mind. Like, what?
Second, third-party publication is probably a better arrangement for everybody.
Right.
We talked about this before, too, I think.
We have, actually. We have talked about that. But yeah, all of them being under the Microsoft umbrella, like, just, you know, you're sort of losing each place's identity, and then that happens over the years as people come and go, but like they're just being stripped almost of all their creative fucking, you know, differences that make up these studios and these places. They're all just under the one umbrella. Like, I don't know, it just feels like you kind of lose some of that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely think that's the trajectory that this kind of business development probably portends, right? Like, it probably anticipates that kind of homogenization, really.
Yeah. It's ugly, man.
You know, that's definitely the case. We can probably anticipate, you know, that, you know, on the one hand, though, there are a lot of games being made by Microsoft Studios these days that are diverse. I wouldn't say that their lineup is homogenous at all. And, you know, we're going to talk again about what I don't think is a very good trajectory that, you know, this sort of business and the kinds of games that they're most devoted to. I don't believe in this trajectory at all, but credit where it's due, right? There are some interesting projects being worked on by Microsoft Studios, so hopefully, you know, I mean, even based on the logic that we're going to ascribe to their motive, right? Like, to their action, rather, you know, it makes sense for them to still develop traditional games, right? Like, they wouldn't neglect that corner of the market. They already are not fucking as profitable as their immediate competitors, right? Like, why would they, you know, say, like, on this service we're not going to do
kicking their ass there?
Yeah, there's games like Hellblade 2 being made.
True.
I'm thinking of first and foremost probably Avowed. You know,
Avowed looks good.
Yeah, there's studios that they probably purchased for the specific purpose of continuing to make games like that. I guess,
right? I would hope so, right?
Yeah.
If you're buying out, you know, like they bought Bethesda, it's not like they're gonna shut down Elder Scrolls and shit like that. Those are still in demand, you know, IPs, right? People want
for the reason that they want their offering to be, you know,
substantial,
super commoditized.
Yeah.
Like, they want to have the market cornered, I guess, like in the ideal scenario for Microsoft, right? That's what this seems to look like.
Oh, definitely. And, they want to be the Netflix of gaming, right? Like the go-to fucking everybody has it kind of.
Sure.
If
they've definitely said that before, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, all of that aside, like, even if the arrangement does kind of precipitate some quality works and you know, stuff that we enjoy, I don't have any doubt that eventually it will. The fact remains that, you know, like you said, this sort of fucking business model, this sort of business practice, like, on the one hand, like you said, how can homogenization, you know, be good? How can it be healthy for all of these artistic endeavors to be undertaken under the guise of the same fucking profit motive, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
a unitary profit motive, ultimately reducible to it, right? However, you want to cut things, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day, right?
Right.
And on the other hand, never mind if they're unitary profit motive, like, traded in fucking games that we did actually think were works of art according to our definition, right? Like, imagine a company like, we can refer to Japanese capitalists as guys who, yes, they do make things for money, but the things they make still possess some fucking integrity. Like they trade, in things with some reference value. Like the fucking, commodity has, purchase in the world, of course, but there's some element to it that doesn't reduce to the economic transaction, and they're not trying to sublimate entirely within that sphere, right?
Right.
In the West, it's not only Microsoft and Activision, it's all kinds of Western video game studios. Like now the fucking outrage is, and again, I'm sure there's games made in the East that are like this too. It's the push towards immanentization, right? Like making everything like a perpetual, ongoing experience that's like minutely fucking, minutely commoditized. Like every little bit can be bought and sold on individual terms practically, right?
Of course.
Like the service model like presupposes this. Yes, you pay like a minimal access fee, but each game will have other components that you pay for, like additions or expansions, like you would with a board game, and additional boxes that come alongside it, right? And I think that's the end of this kind of game. And I'm taking it for granted that people know what we're talking about here. Maybe we should explain, like, these Microsoft games I'm talking about are ones made for a subscription service.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games nowadays, games as a service, push for live games, like it's nothing really
ongoing experiences with heavy dependence on social elements, like to the negation of any integrity on the part of the game itself, right? Whereas we could say something like Souls is almost the polar opposite, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sekiro, especially, it even cuts out what social element Souls does have, and it fucking
there's no co-op in Sekiro.
Yeah, it's just a pure like fucking
single player game.
It's like a work of literature you could compare it to, right? It's like yes, there's the text in front of you. You go to the bookstore to buy the paper that it's printed on, but you're not fucking paying for the world, right? That's what's signified. It's not. It's outside the realm of the transaction, right? That's the analogy I guess I'm trying to draw, and it would be almost like paying to access individual pages of the book, or being subscribed in order to fucking read one that goes on forever, right? Like I don't, that's what I think this Microsoft like pay to access perpetual perpetual fucking subscription fee, ongoing games forever thing sort of signifies, right? And I think, the purchase today consolidates this, because they talk about how they're buying Activision to build the infrastructure necessary to get into the metaverse game, right? And the whole metaverse discussion, I think, like it just reeks of all of the stuff we're saying here, right? The idea is to construct some like fucking some digital space that comprises all other digital spaces, wherein literally every aspect of virtual representation can be chopped up into individual parts that can be bought and sold. Man, you can own your shoes to take between games, like my character is in both Dark Souls and fucking Astral Chain. What the hell?
Got the same Nike Zooms whether I'm playing Dark Souls or fucking Pokemon, baby.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a weird concept.
This is a brutal fucking idea, because again, like I think the game is supposed to be self-referential. It's not an instrument, man. You don't use it like soap to wash your ass. You know what I mean?
Storefront.
It's not food you eat.
DLC.
Its purpose is to exist like as an independent being out on its own for being beautiful, right? It's supposed to have some internal logic apart from the world. Even if you buy and sell a medium that it's fucking printed on, the thing itself shouldn't reduce to a series of economic transactions. You can't parse it like that. I think you can parse out that way. It has no inner logic at all. The inner logic is the transaction, right? And I think like this sort of fucking game, the idea of making a game like this is its reduction to like human use in this sense. Human use in terms of like pleasure, and pleasure as a commodity that you can buy and sell. Right.
Of course.
Yeah. That's what this portends to me. That's what the whole idea of even fucking things like NFTs. What the hell is that, bro? Why would you want there to be? Why would you create artificial scarcity and want there to be value to a digital thing?
Yeah, it just sounds fucking stupid.
This is the encroachment in fucking representation of the economy. Of this like imminent fucking space where everything can be reduced into, right?
Like, funny because it's the stupidest thing, and all the people who are trying to sell it to you are immediately like the greasiest people that you would never.
It just seems like such a boomer daydream.
Yeah, it's such a like.
It's like a video. It's like a vision of video games. This metaverse stuff. of people who've never played video games. It's like, but what if there was one game where you could do
like
all that stuff?
They're trying to create like PlayStation Home from like 2008 that got shut down because nobody used it.
But when you, I've spoken to some people, okay, who fucking look me in the eyes and say, no, you don't understand. It's gonna be a place where you can do that kind of stuff too. You can do what you do in Dark Souls. You can do whatever you want. It's the metaverse. It's like, my God, bro.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No shit, eh?
Yeah.
No shit. You're just gonna fucking construct the perfect digital space. It's not like people with $500 billion struggle to make one fucking competent digital activity for somebody to perform. You're gonna go on and...
I don't know, man.
That takes serious artistry, you know? These people don't have that. Maybe you have some fucking engineering aptitude, but what the hell? The best you're gonna do is build a really, really pretty Discord with virtual avatars, and most likely it's just gonna be a really shitty looking one, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Who are you kidding? It's gonna be monstrous, right?
The Xbox 360 avatars.
What a stupid idea.
Man, when they went from the Blades interface to that, I was like, oh no.
The whole proposal here is just a fucking really elaborate narcissistic interface.
Yeah, I was like, what?
It's just making an interface that you represent yourself
The
in.
Blades were perfect. You swipe over where you need to be, it's there, fucking poof. Oh, if they elaborated on that more. Hey.
No, I understand here, but
yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just like the contrary of that entirely,
look at me
right?
and
the interface becomes like you and how you present yourself
within games
within a an exterior digital space that's supposed to encompass other ones, right? And I guess this would fucking take for granted that everything made is everybody subscribes to this model, right? Like it would probably take for granted that the infrastructure becomes so predominant that everybody just has no choice but to use it to distribute their stuff, in which case physical media will become even more valuable than it already is, eh?
Yeah, fuck.
Imagine that.
Probably, yeah.
Well, you want to play your shit apart from the metaverse?
Here you go.
From that horrid fucking virtual space designed by Zuckerberg. This guy just kicks my ass over and over again.
Holy shit.
I can't do it.
Really?
He has this double combo. And when you dodge through it, he swings back at you, so I guess you gotta roll away, but I don't know how to damage him. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah.
So
That's what this whole thing represents to me, right? Microsoft, this fucking company whose whole business model, is to fucking take games that have some element that's not commoditized, something on the other side of the economic transaction, and to reduce it to that,
Yeah, I mean,
they're buying a company whose whole business model is to make games exactly like that, right?
Right. Yeah. Pretty much. Activision,
for the purpose of building a fucking world where everything can be treated this way, right?
If you know what's crazy, if you actually broke it down, I'm not gonna look it up and get really specific, but I know Activision makes. They have at least 2 or 3 studios working on Call of Duty games.
They have 7.
Yeah,
all of
maybe more. Yeah, you're probably right.
I read about it today. They have a ton.
Okay, yeah. So
all of their studios make this. Literally,
they're buying all of those studios, and they all just take turns making Call of Duty. How the fuck is that? So
but that's what what do you mean? That's exactly what we're describing, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's not like some guy has a concept. They're like, no, man, you're a fucking laborer. You go make your fucking COD game, you bitch.
Pump out your CODs, yeah, for sure. I mean, would it be crazy to say they're buying these studios? Fucking give some of them some freedom to make something else.
Maybe they will,
and maybe
it'd probably be in their best interest, right? And if they're transitioning towards a subscription model, they're not going to have to do this yearly shit with Call of Duty. So
that's true too. So hey, maybe maybe we'll see a shakeup that's not as bad as my initial reaction. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, your initial reaction is sound, though. At the end of the day, even if it does precipitate some incidentally good games, that's not the point here, right? The motive is fucking nefarious insofar as...
You're kind of just saying we're just going to pick, which things work out
just
for us.
Living in the world. Generally, it's just like living in the world. I don't want to pay my taxes. Who knows what the hell that shit goes to fund? Who knows who's murdered with my tax money? But here we are, right? I don't want to pay Microsoft either for playing a good game, but if there is a game to play, I will, right?
I will pay for it.
It's not about, I don't buy games to make political statements, right? You buy them exactly for what's beyond the economic transaction. Just to say, though, that this sort of economic activity probably will influence the motives behind games being made, except that here, both of these companies obviously exhibit a clear motive for making these kinds of games. Right. They both tend towards these,
definitely, yeah.
The hallmark fucking Microsoft.
Call of Duty. What the fuck else does that?
Call of Duty and Halo. Think about the games that these guys have as their staples, right? The only other fucking competitor for this is Ubisoft. And their games I would say are better than both of these.
Yeah,
games,
I mean, EA has their shit
yeah, EA's
too.
bad too,
EA
with the sports games.
Sports, and they have their shooters like Battlefield and Apex Legends, whatever else, right?
They're commodity games, right? There's an economic transaction. That's the core of this concept. And then they build some shit around it. They put scaffolding around it. They're like, we'll make a basketball flavored economic transaction. We'll make a pirate flavored one, That's the fucking thing here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'm struggling to think, like, what does Activision publish these days? They came out with, like, that Tony Hawk remaster a couple years ago. They've done, like,
Crash Bandicoot
the Crash stuff, and which is cool. And this is only, like, in recent years. Before that, I can't even think of anything.
They're fucking expensive
Sekiro,
because
obviously,
they're famous and rich
back,
because they make the junk that we know
Call of
every
fucking
year.
Duty, really, yeah. And, like, I played a shit ton of Call of Duty last year because I like shooters, but, yeah, it's not, you know, it's just the same kind of shit fucking... Like, you telling me you have 7 studios all working on Call of Duty? That's a,
yeah, man. They want to have
travesty,
they want to have a big one every year, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess you're right. They're all in cycles, and then they have one studio that's probably just totally dedicated to Warzone because that's their free to play, constantly changing.
But
you know,
it's just the perfect example of a case where there's no inner logic of the work. The inner logic of the work is make an economic transaction happen.
Right? Yeah,
you
make
fucking
something
shit,
we
it
can
is.
sell.
Yeah,
just make something. We gotta sell it.
It's not a work of representation, right?
Yeah,
like it's a work of fucking satisfying a human need, you know, an economic one.
Tell we're really on the cusp of playing a fucking Souls game soon and playing all the fucking past Souls games for the last couple days. I feel like I've been really like pulled into Dark Souls 3. I started on a whim and just got sucked in now with all this talk of Elden Ring, and oh man, even played a bit of Sekiro, but
diametrically opposite experience.
Exactly, that's why it's so like,
you know,
then seeing this today, it's just so glaringly like, wow, what the fuck is happening out there, right?
Can you imagine how fucking badly they could destroy a game like this with things like NFTs?
Yeah,
and microtransactions?
You know what though? It's funny. They published Sekiro, which is the most, still the most bizarre thing that's happened probably in the last 5 years at least.
It was a good move on their
10
part.
years maybe of gaming.
Probably made them some cash.
Yeah, they probably still raking in a bit. I think
bit of integrity. It doesn't hurt either. Eh?
Yeah, a game like Sekiro, you always have people playing it. Like people are always playing Souls games. They're still popular now. Maybe not selling obviously as much, but I'm sure
they'll probably sell forever. Steady trickle, right?
Yeah. Good shit.
It's technologically intact too. It came out recently, so it's not like it needs an update or.
They don't need a remaster or anything. Just
although fucking, I bet you any money, they're the first one to get a PS5 update is going to be Sekiro.
They haven't had one? I guess not, eh?
They had a 60 FPS update though. That's
right.
For sure. So did this. This plays in 60. It's nice.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it would be great to see.
Bloodborne needs an update for sure.
I'd say so.
Fuck.
At least just a bit of a tweak.
What of like Blizzard? Where the fuck does Blizzard sit in all of this? Like
Blizzard sucks, man. Blizzard
they just suck. Yeah, like what?
Suck.
I mean, I guess their games are also in the same vein. Like
their games have just always just been pandering to a pre-existing market. Let's be real. They don't have any artists there, man.
That's true.
Nobody has anything to say, so to speak. They just nothing to represent, right?
Overwatch,
no worlds to give birth to. They just have fucking money to make, you know.
Oh, fuck.
And apparently bosses that grope them, so.
That's another rabbit hole I don't even think we're going to touch.
I really don't give a shit, to be frank with you.
Yeah.
Any more than I do about other human evils. And there are much more grave ones to talk about if you want.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, it's silly stuff, man. I don't know, like, I hope good games come out of it, but at the end of the day, this portends, like, further commodification. And it's, you know, if it represents such a large portion of the games being developed, that can't be good, right?
Yeah.
And again, I understand everything fucking somebody buys or sells, like there's some commodity element to it, right?
Yeah,
like everything has some fucking economic value, you know? But of course, this is usually separate from the thing that is traded, you know? They're not collapsed into each other.
Yeah.
There's a distinction between the fucking, you know, the price and the fucking thing you're paying for, right? And I think the whole purpose of these kinds of games and just sort of game design is to collapse that binary, right? Everything to be some flat space where the fucking digital act itself has some intrinsic value.
Scary shit.
Like some intrinsic economic value, thereby annihilating any other artistic pretensions the guy making it might have had, right? Yeah.
I'm very curious to see where this leads. Like Call of Duty, though, like I have a feeling nothing will change and they'll just kind of continue the course because
I think nothing will change. They're perfectly. Like it's a match made in heaven, buddy. Seriously, like doesn't that make perfect sense? If they're gonna buy anybody, why not these idiots?
I know. I guess they're just gonna keep them pumping away, right? We're just gonna fucking
man. It's keep on keeping on, man.
Yeah,
you know,
it's weird, eh?
They'll probably just cut back on all the fucking excess and make sure that Call of Duty is cheap enough to just launch every year on Game Pass, right?
Yeah. Oh man, maybe. What about I don't think they'll strip like PlayStations out of the mix for those kinds
I don't know
of
why they
games. You
would
think,
not
like,
sell it on PlayStation.
That's what I
Just
mean, right?
extra
Like,
money,
how do
right?
you just stop selling Call of Duty on a PlayStation console?
Probably lose a lot of money.
That's like guaranteed millions of copies that you're not going to
Yeah.
see anymore, right?
I was reading just this the other day that
And those are all full price, not on Game Pass.
yeah. The funny thing is, in spite of Microsoft being this massive corporation, Sony still makes more money off the video game market, right?
It's fucking weird.
And
That's
you know,
weird.
like this Deep Rock Galactic, excuse me, the game that came out recently on PlayStation after being on Xbox. I think that I read that as soon as it came out on PlayStation that week, its player base like tripled. You know,
Oh yeah.
went from like 1 million to 8 million people playing,
Oh,
or a
fuck.
few million to 8 million people playing it.
Wow.
Yeah, which makes sense, right?
Yeah. Fuck.
It's not you know, anything to do with anything except that people who probably a large portion of people playing games on Xbox like literally are like sitting there surfing through Netflix. They don't,
Yeah.
you
Pretty
know,
much.
have any commitment to play this or that, right? Check out
You're
anything on
paying
its own
for it,
merit.
right? You just
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
God.
But I do hope a lot of good stuff comes out of Microsoft Game Studios. I'm looking forward to a lot of their projects. We talked about this before too, right?
Yeah, they do have some good stuff coming up. Stuff
They
that,
do.
like you said, Avowed looked really sick. Actually,
all the
first
Obsidian
time we
games,
saw
of
it.
course.
Yeah.
They have Arcane there now.
There's a Fable
Right.
in the works
I
or
don't
whatever.
give a shit
That's
about
where.
I don't think Bluepoint can make a fucking Fable game, bro.
Was
Did they
Bluepoint?
ever make a game with somebody not driving a car?
Oh, not Bluepoint.
Not Bluepoint.
Playground.
Playground, yeah.
I don't think so.
So,
Yeah, so we'll have to. Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that doesn't seem like a great... I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, I don't even know. What to
Again,
think
what's
of
your
that right
fucking
now.
goal?
I know,
Man?
yeah,
You're
that's
just
the
like,
thing,
okay,
right?
you guys over there, you know, you take this idea, you know, like
Make
a
a
school
Fable game.
project. Yeah, what the fuck? Where are you gonna get the?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
And who's in charge? Who's heading it? Right? Who's the
And why is he
creative?
making
Yeah,
it?
man.
Obviously not because he has a fucking idea, right?
Well, corporate told us we got to make a Fable, so.
Yeah. Remember how Dark
Sure,
Souls was
fuck.
made? You know, or Demon Souls, excuse me.
I think we've said this before, but the interviews about Demon Souls being made are some of the best interviews you'll fucking read because they had to like hide so much from Sony, like the way they worded things in their interviews, like they had to basically keep tight-lipped on
Yeah.
how the game was gonna be, and then even through like I guess playtest, they must have been so nervous, like when like executives from
Yeah.
Sony had to test in, they'd have to like answer questions because
Think about how games like
they
that
didn't
are
want
made.
to
though,
release
buddy.
a game like that, like right?
No, I feel you,
Too
for sure.
difficult for people, and
But even the
guys making it
circumstances
were
of
so
right?
yeah.
Didn't come because there was some fucking guy asked for it. Some nerd asked for it based on market value, right?
Yeah,
like
market,
came because some guy had a good idea for making a game.
Focus groups.
And against, you know, anybody else's desires and probably even thinking it would fail, he fucking made it anyways.
Yeah, anyway.
You know? And it's not totally unlike Kojima making Death Stranding. What the fuck
Yeah,
is that
that's
game?
right. Yeah,
Who
that's
wanted that? Who wanted that? You know?
And here we are, fucking.
It's not like somebody's like, hey, Kojima, make
Yeah.
You know? He made a game. He gave birth to this concept. That's the whole point of fucking making something. That's the whole point of art, right? Like, not just to answer some human need like a fucking butcher, like killing meat for somebody to eat, right?
Money,
It's
baby.
just weird, man.
Yeah.
You know, think about that contrast just for a second. These guys who make car games are going to be making Fable because fuck it.
Fact.
Whereas Demon Souls, who made that? Miyazaki, some intern who didn't even go to college, had this idea and the guy liked it, so fuck it, we'll make it, right? Who made Death Stranding? Yeah. Who made Final Fantasy? Who made Tetsuya Nomura's game? Oh, look, the same guy 30
Same
years
guy, yeah.
down the road. Like,
Jeez,
they just
man.
have no integrity, these people, it feels like to me. It's so sloppy and just it disgusts me the way that
Yeah.
that ideas are treated, you know? How could you possibly believe in that? What is it? It's just...
I mean, I guess the fucking in that, in that sense, Activision was already shit anyway.
Yeah, no,
Blizzard
for
was
sure.
shit anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, like, it's not like a takeaway in that sense. They're not going to strip them of any good things they were making before. Maybe, like we said, maybe in a fucking, in a nicer world, that we'll see actually some new shit coming out of the studios, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It'll probably just be full
Yeah.
sail ahead for fucking Call of Duty yearly releases and whatever else that involves. And
I
fuck,
think
what
so.
the fuck else have they come out with? Like they did the Tony Hawk games, they did the Spyros, they did the Crash 4. Do you think we'll even see any shit like that ever again?
I don't
Like,
know. Maybe. That would be good for their portfolio too,
Right?
so to speak. Man, think of the Microsoft like brands now. They have like all the fucking dude bro like chud stuff, eh? They just have all this fucking dumb stuff, eh?
Halo.
Halo,
Call of
COD.
Duty. Oh my god, Halo and Call of Duty are under the same umbrella.
Yes. That's like the buns for the ultimate shit sandwich, eh? Just gotta fucking slop some live service in there right between that.
Oh yeah.
So greasy. So greasy.
Oh fuck.
So greasy.
The greasy fucking Western
Your
video
yearly
game
Forzas,
sandwich, buddy. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, it's all there, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, if they buy EA, that would be perfect.
Are you kidding me?
Imagine if they buy EA. That'd be
It's
amazing.
getting out of hand.
That'd be
man.
amazing if they bought EA.
What
That'd
the
be
fuck?
fucking
What would they be
epic.
doing though? They'd
Just be the American
all
video
their
game
shooters
company. The good American video
They'd
game
be like,
company.
this year we got Call of Duty. This year we got Call of Duty and Battlefield. This year we have fucking
Yes.
like they would just be
That would
just
be epic.
flooding the market with fucking.
I think that'd be epic.
Oh my god, there'd be no competition anymore. That's scary.
I heard that it's gonna attract regulator attention. Don't they have anti-monopoly laws?
Yeah, there's got to be something like clamping down on this. It's pretty. They spent $70 billion on this, and then how much did they buy ZeniMax and Bethesda for?
I don't
It was
know.
billions
Less.
too.
It was less.
Yeah.
Now is an inflationary period.
50
It's good to
billion
dump
or
that
something.
money, buddy. It's gonna be worth less. Buy some real shit.
Fuck, for real. What a fucking. Wow. Yeah, that's it's quite heavy.
Makes sense though. Really, it does make sense from fucking their perspective. It's perfect sense. They're like, yeah, buddy, we're gonna put
Oh
COD out
yeah,
on
I
Game
guess
Pass.
easy. Yeah.
All the chuds are coming, bro.
They're already there. More
Yeah.
are coming, maybe. People
now
start flocking
all
over
of
to
them.
Xbox.
And their cousins. You know, it's
Oh,
just
man.
everybody's like, hey, we got COD and Halo. You know?
Jesus, the shooter's fucking paradise, buddy. Still the PC for me, but
It's gonna be epic, bro. It's gonna be the great American gaming company.
seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, games have definitely suffered for it, but they've also been better than it. Now I would also say that like simultaneous to this, games are better than ever, bro.
In some ways, yeah, we do
Some
get
ways they're better than
a lot of
ever.
sick games.
We get
Fucking
more and
Souls
better
plenty,
games than
Souls
ever.
likes,
Yeah.
Elden Ring,
I think so.
Pokemon's pumping out for me. I like Pokemon
Such a good
games.
indie scene. Nowadays,
Yeah.
there's fucking weird shit like that. You know that Edge of Eternity game I was telling you about?
Yeah, yeah.
It's some little JRPG made by a tiny independent European company, and it's coming on PS4 physically. Like things like
Sick.
that happen nowadays. You know,
That's pretty sick.
you can just fucking get together with the boys and spend a few years making a game. It's been in development for years, but now finally it's gonna come to consoles. What the hell, eh?
Yeah, I guess it would be unfair to say that we're in a really bad position. There's tons of good games still coming out. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here talking about it because we'd be like,
We're in just a chaotic state.
yeah. It's just funny,
Yeah.
crazy news this morning about
Yeah.
what the fuck is going down.
Yeah.
But really, it doesn't change much anyway in our case because we don't really play too many of those games anyway. Like, I
No,
played
no.
Call of Duty and whatever a bit. I actually enjoyed the other games, like the Tony Hawk. I told you about that remake, 1, 2, and then even like Spyro and Crash. I played all of them a little bit here and there. Those were good. But yeah, nothing's really going to change for us. For
No.
fucking...
The games are still going to be just a series of trade format interchangeable parts.
yeah.
Little bits with dollar values, you know?
Just without a fat CEO. Traded
Yeah.
in place for another fat CEO, I guess, probably.
Yeah, Phil Spencer's going to be the CEO of Activision, actually.
I don't think he's the CEO of fucking anything. He's just, they call him like the head of game.
I heard he's going to be the
division,
CEO
right?
of Activision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's head couldn't be any, like, literally or figuratively.
He's like Bono. He
fucking
reminds me of
bigger.
Bono. Doesn't he have the vibe of like a Bono type figure?
He's like a rock star, like Tom Cruise, like
Yeah.
gaming.
He thinks he's like a great
What's
guy.
up,
He's like, yeah,
guys?
man, you know, I feed the poor,
See
man.
what we just did?
Yeah.
Oh, you COD bros. The guns in the air.
And Aaron Greenberg's there like,
Fucking.
yeah, what the hell's wrong with that guy? He's not right, that dude.
X, go and give it to you.
Phil has at least a more cultivated, like, fucking, you know, Antichrist vibe, eh?
He's like
You like his suave.
the
even if
Family
he's
Guy
greasy.
meme where they're
Yeah.
on the couch in suits, like, you think you're better than me? They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking. It's funny you brought that up. Definitely Aaron Greenberg has a Peter Griffin vibe. He's just fucking outrageous.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Microsoft. Maybe we should just fucking enjoy the comedic value we get out of it.
Yeah, it's good times. They're fucking everything about them is just pure Americana.
I can't
eh?
stop laughing.
It's so Americana. It's
Yeah.
just silly. It's like fucking, you know.
Oh, what
It's
a
like
joy.
it's like money trying to breathe fucking video games into existence from itself. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, I'll just pay enough into this and eventually, like, just totally ignoring the fact that real people are involved in making that stuff, and they're probably just as disgusted as I am at the whole fucking thing, right? But in any case, you know, that's my sentiment on this. Just to summarize, yeah, like fucking, your two companies perfectly suited for each other. On the one hand, the business model that tends towards perfect commoditization, like the reduction of the game totally to interchangeable parts you can buy and sell.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, a company that makes games exactly like that. So
match made in heaven, like you said.
Till death do you part, I suppose.
Fuck.
Yeah, enjoy, boys. But yeah, if they make a good game, I'll definitely play it. I anticipate a few coming down the pipes from Microsoft anyways.
Yeah, I would, you know, be happy to see them give another large sum of money to FromSoft to pump out another Sekiro kind of game. That would be best case scenario. I don't think we'll see that again, but
don't you think they offered them to make a fucking exclusive? They must. These guys. How can they?
But what's exclusive to Xbox now? It's automatically it's PC and their Xbox, obviously.
How have they not made a game like that in all these console generations? Why? You know, Sony has one every gen.
Yeah, of course, multiples.
Yeah. Is Elden Ring not an exclusive?
No, it's on everything. I think it's on PC, PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah, I've been enjoying Dark Souls 3 as well, though, into the fucking DLC. Beat one of the bosses, excuse me. The first one, these demon princes. There's a few more bosses, 3 more. There's the very last one, this giant dragon, and some man-sized boss as well.
Wow.
I just stood here apparently for a while.
Yeah, I can see that. That's okay. It's crazy. Crazy fucking
it's
shit.
Great. It's just highlights all the strengths of the series. Beautiful art, fucking terrifying enemies and great lore. All the concepts, just so dense. There's sense of gravity everywhere you walk. It's beautiful, you know? And the details are actually worth stopping to look at.
Like for sure. Especially when you get to like an edge of a cliff or something like that. Yeah. You can, as far as like, you know, the character or whatever, you can see like the fucking what's rendered is vast. Like it's, you know what I mean? You can, it's not like just some cheesy tricks to fucking like close up the fucking, like it's just, the art is insane. It's fucking insane. But that's pretty much, what I think we're going to be focusing on for the next little while is kicking off the big Souls fucking train leading up to Elden Ring. I know Pokemon's coming out at the end of January, and I'm actually really stoked for that, but I can't imagine we'll stop too much to talk about that. I mean, we certainly will, but for the most part, it's going to be a Souls marathon from now until fucking February, whatever day it comes out.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll kick off Elden Ring coverage, I guess.
Souls marathon, buddy.
Gonna be pretty tight, man. This is fucking probably gonna be the best game to come out this year, so
I'm hoping so.
Get it out of the way in February, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Definitely, buddy.
Died.
Yeah, we'll slam the rest of these, and we'll get back to you guys next week for some details on that. Thank you very much, and enjoy your nights.